When a guy like Joe Bonamassa comes over to your house to play some guitar, you don't just say, plug in anywhere, man. Joe joined Jared and me for an episode of the No Cover Charge podcast, and I wanted him to feel comfortable. So I built him a little rig, something modest. On one side, we have a Marshall JCM 800 Studio from 2025. And on the other side, we have a 1970s Marshall 100-watt amp that I only bring out on very special occasions. This was a very special occasion. This is one of those amps with stories baked into the Tolex. It was actually given to me by somebody who wants to remain anonymous, but I've had this amp for years and I rarely take it out because number one, it's old, number two, it's loud enough to qualify as a small aircraft. So to keep my face intact, I'm using the Universal Audio aux box. It attenuates the signal while keeping that sweet, sweet amp tone. We know what an aux does. And here's the heart of the operation, the Empress Effects Buffer Plus Stereo. That little guy lets me run both my amps at once or individually.
First of all, when you're running 7 amps, your biggest challenge is earth and phase.
7 amps, he said, he runs on stage at once. I can barely run 2 without tripping a circuit breaker. I don't know how he does it. Well, actually, I do. You can check out the podcast to learn how he does it. I've got it set so the JCM 800 handles ambiance and stereo space. This plexi handles the meat and potatoes of the toner. I should say the filet mignon and truffle fries of tone in Joe's case. The bass tone is the JCM 800. Really nice, warm, punchy, kind of like your British uncle sending a sandwich back at a deli. And this amp is cool because it has an effects loop, and most old Marshalls, such as this one, do not have an effects loop, meaning any delay or reverb that you put in front of the amp is just that, in front of it, so it kind of just sounds messy unless you have an effects loop. So we got some tape delay from the MXR carbon copy. Also, I have some reverb from TC Electronic. Really just an awesome sound in itself. What could I possibly add to make that better? Click. Anyway, this is just an incredible sound, especially when I do what Joe didn't do and use some of the pedals that I had set up. We'll go through some of the pedals before I actually reveal the one pedal he did choose to play, which if you watched the episode, you already know which one that is, but we'll start with this Klon here. So it just gives a little extra boost as well as some gain in the mid-range sparkles at that point. You can really get a vocal quality out of the Klon Centaur, especially when paired with something ridiculous like fuzz. That's a glorious sound. Maybe next time Joe comes over he can try it, but we have a little micro amp here. This is purely for in case you want a little extra gain, but not too much. Nice sound right there, but not really that interesting until we get up to the super octave. Again, one Joe didn't use, but fun. The most useful sound, and one that I put on every pedal board when I have people over, just because everybody seems to love it, the Dimension C. By the way, I'm going to put an affiliate link in the video description because I know a lot of you guys are going to want this pedal. a glorious palette of tones, if I do say so myself, and, well, let's hear what Joe thinks about it.
And the faster I play, conversely, sometimes the lower I put the volume on the guitar because I want it super articulate. Like
Yeah.
my kryptonite has always been too much gain, too much squish, and the recovery rate.
Yeah, you're not using any of the gain pedals that I have set up here, but there's
No,
just like
I-
a bass Marshall sound.
There's nights like there's a couple of settings on my rig where it's really honest, and I do it on purpose, and it's like, fucking hell, it's like you just, if you don't have it, I'm dumping out of that setting. I mean, I have a squish, I have a squish setting. I mean,
Do you have an escape route for moments like that, or
yeah, it's called. I point to Reese Winans. I go,
He's like, take it.
take it, take it, take it.
And when I visited Joe at a sound check a while back, I got to play through his wall of amps, old Fenders, Marshalls, Dumbles. It was like standing in front of a tone equivalent of Niagara Falls.
You try it.
All right.
You notice it doesn't squish.
It does not squish. Okay, that's usually...
And that's the thing, the feeling under the strings.
It's like one amp's patting you on the back and the other one's kicking you in the butt. Wow, that's a glorious sound. I don't want to take it down. I just want to leave this here. Yeah, I could just play that one chord all day. So there you have it, my humble attempt to set up something that Joe Bonamassa would enjoy playing through, and I consider it a success because he didn't immediately say, can I plug into something else? He's so generous, and he would never say that anyway. He just sounds like Joe no matter what, and that's really the ultimate takeaway from this video is it doesn't matter what you plug into, you're always going to sound like yourself, and if you've managed to distinguish your sound and your voice on the instrument, then that sound is going to be a beautiful thing to hear in any context. So I highly encourage you to go check out the No Cover Charge podcast, Joe Bonamassa's full episode with myself and Jared. Please subscribe if you feel interested to do that. Keep watching this channel too. I promise it's not going to be all podcast related, but I'm really excited and happy for the progress and support that the show has received so far in its early stages. So many cool people have shown interest and support for us. So I really appreciate you guys for spreading the word, and I will see you in the next video. But until then, keep shredding.
Jam really quick? 2-minute jam with us?
Okay, I'll play rhythm. Okay. You play lead, Jared.
Oh God, here we go.
How about something like this?
What the hell?
Wow.